What's up guys, how are you doing? This is Gustavo. One of the most common gripes I hear is that after he became a god of destruction, Goku doesn't seem as powerful as you'd expect. But is that really the case? In this video, I'll be breaking down exactly how powerful Destruction God Goku is and comparing how much he has grown since he became a god. Stay tuned to the channel and let's get on with the video.
Hakai.
A common complaint that's been floating around is that Goku seems to have lost a bit of his juice since turning into a god of destruction, and this whining started in earnest after his showdown against the Saiyajin King of Sadala, where he didn't exactly cover himself in glory. So has Goku truly lost his mojo since he ascended to godhood? When we pit God of Destruction Goku against Arco Moro Goku, is he less formidable? Or if we compared him to Arco Granola Goku, would he bite the dust? I'm gonna walk you guys through every step in Goku's power-up journey in Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Hakai, and then weigh them against each other and speculate on how a smackdown between the two versions would play out. You'll definitely want to stick around until the end of this video, as I guarantee you're gonna have a much better handle on both Dragon Ball Supers and But before I explain all of this, maybe some of you might be wondering, what's this whole thing about Goku God of Destruction and Dragon Ball Hakai? Well, to sum it up, Dragon Ball Hakai is one of the greatest Dragon Ball stories out there in the world. In this story, Goku becomes a god of destruction and goes on a bunch of adventures. The Dragon Ball Hakai manga already has over 20 chapters published and is still going strong. And if you haven't heard of the story but want to check it out, you can read it in its entirety on our website debakai.com. If you're already familiar with Dragon Ball Hakai and appreciate the quality of the story and want to support the production of the manga financially, you can donate through our Patreon. By giving a small amount, you'll be helping us create chapters faster and you'll also get some benefits from the channel. So I'm gonna chat about how powerful each of Goku's forms are. But first, how about you guys head down to the comments and let me know who you think is the toughest. Is it Goku from Dragon Ball Hakai or Goku from Dragon Ball Super? And don't forget to explain why you think that. By the end of the video, you can tell me if your opinion changed after hearing everything I'm about to share. Sound good? Alright, Dragon Ball Hakai takes place chronologically after the Moro arc. So the Goku at the start of Dragon Ball Hakai is the same Goku who had that special training with Maris and learned to control Ultra Instinct. So in Dragon Ball Hakai, right after Goku becomes a destruction god, he's trying out his new capabilities known as Hakai Shin in a showdown against Krista, the king of Saiyans from Universe 6. Well, here's a shocker. Vados mentions during this match that Goku can only harness a tiny amount of his power, and the full amount of power he can tap into is less than what he put forth in the power tournament against Jiren. So that made us all think, Goku's got weaker, hasn't he? But here's the twist. Goku wasn't weaker at all, it's just that he could use less power. To put it in simple terms, when he became a destruction god, Goku gained this energy inside him that's also kind of a spiritual being. This creature, named Energy of Destruction, always tries to take over Goku's body, so our man has to drain a lot of energy just to keep this being under control. The less Goku has control over his destructive power, the more energy he needs to use so he doesn't get taken over. This means he has less energy to use when he's fighting. In his battle against the king, Goku really struggled with controlling his destructive energy, so the amount of ki he could use in the fight was seriously limited, and when he pushed past that limit, he totally lost control. But things are different now. After a bit more training, Goku's gotten a way better handle on his destructive energy, so now he can use a whole lot more power. I'm gonna tell you about some of Goku's destruction god achievements so you can get a clear picture of how powerful he is. So in Dragon Ball Super, Goku was able to amp up Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken up to 20 times, but then in Dragon Ball Hakai, Goku, now a destroyer god, manages to use Super Saiyan Rose with Kaioken cranked up to 50 times. The reason for this is he's rocking a divine body now. I mean, Goku's got way more wiggle room than when he was just a mortal. Lots of peeps also wonder why Destroyer God Goku rocks the Super Saiyan Rose instead of Super Saiyan Blue. I'm not gonna spend forever explaining that in this vid, but to keep things super short and sweet, when a real deal god goes Super Saiyan, the color of the transformation is pink, not blue. So another cool thing that Destroyer God Goku can do is use the power of all his non-divine transformations without actually having to transform. That is, he can use the power of Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3 without changing his body. What this does is it allows Goku to tap into the full power of these forms without having to burn energy going through the transformations. Destroyer God Goku can also use Ultra Instinct without the physical restrictions he faced as a mortal, since his divine body adapts much better to this divine technique. Destroyer God Goku also has a transformation where he can use the power of destruction and Ultra Instinct all at once. In practice, it's like he's mixing up the power of Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct at the same time, so he's got a super powerful offensive and defensive game. And of course, Destruction God Goku has a good handle on the Hakai technique and can use variations of it. Like for instance, mixing Hakai with Yantia's Sokidan, and when Goku loses control and gets possessed by his destruction energy, he turns into an uncontrollable beast with a totally insane destructive power. In this form, he has loads of abilities, but the one I think is the most dangerous for now is the Destruction Fist, a technique where he covers his hands with destructive power and obliterates whatever he touches with his attacks. I think with everything I've mentioned so far, we can already see that Destruction God Goku is way above post-Arkumoro Goku, right? Who's the same Goku from the start of Dragon Ball Hakai. But what about Goku from the Granola arc? Guys, forgive me if I mess up the pronunciation of character names, because here in Brazil we pronounce some things a bit differently than they do in English. So, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Granola. I hope it is. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But back to the video. Could start of the Granola arc Goku beat God of Destruction Goku in a fight? Let's think about this. But before that, I want to say that your likes greatly help this video reach more people on the platform. So if you haven't liked this video yet, do it right now. With your like, you help us get our content seen by more people and helps more Dragon Ball fans have access to all this amazing content from the franchise. So it's a win-win, right? And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Here you will find everything about Dragon Ball Haka and lots of general Dragon Ball content. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you're in the right place. Alright, let's chat about Goku's power level in Dragon Ball Super right now. Cool? So, by the end of the Moro arc, Goku managed to master Ultra Instinct completely, and in the Granola arc, he practiced it some more and even started using Ultra Instinct, mixing it with his other transformations. But his Ultra Instinct isn't as effective when he combines it with other forms. Goku also developed his own version of Ultra Instinct, which is the true Ultra Instinct. With true Ultra Instinct, he's way stronger than just using regular Ultra Instinct, because with his regular form, he was much weaker than adult form Gas, but using true Ultra Instinct, he totally schooled Gas, who then had to evolve again and level up to his elderly form. I think if we compare Goku's evolution from the end of the Moro arc to the end of the Granola arc, it's not that crazy. During the training he had with Iz at the start of the Granola arc, Goku didn't seem to be upping his power level all that much, just getting a better handle on what he had already learnt in the Moro arc. So in my book, the Goku we saw go up against Granola wasn't all that different from the Goku who faced off against Moro. The only big step up in power he had during this arc was at the end, when he reached true Ultra Instinct. So to put it simply, we could say that from the end of the Moro arc to the end of the Granola arc, Goku leveled up. Now that I've covered the full evolution of these two versions of Goku, let's pit them against each other and see who'd come out on top. So first let's talk about their non-divine transformations, which are Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. I'm pretty sure Destruction God Goku would have a big advantage over Dragon Ball Super Goku when fighting in these forms. Like I said, Dragon Ball Hakai Goku can use the power of all these forms without actually transforming, and because of that, he saves a lot of energy. So in any of these forms, he'd have an edge against Dragon Ball Super Goku in terms of stamina. Maybe this advantage wouldn't make too much of a difference in Super Saiyan 1 and 2, since Goku can use these forms pretty well without any major issues. But if we consider Super Saiyan 3, the gap would be way bigger. Goku's God of Destruction can use the power of a Super Saiyan 3 for as long as he wants, since he doesn't waste energy in that form. On the other hand, Goku from Dragon Ball Super would be burning through a lot of energy to keep that form and probably could only fight for a few minutes. So to summarize, when it comes to transformations that aren't divine, Destruction God Goku has the upper hand against Dragon Ball Super's Goku. Now, talking about the divine transformations, and I think that Destruction God Goku still has all the advantages. Talking about the regular Super Saiyan God, I think there isn't much difference between them, but when we talk about Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, the differences start to show. Firstly, Goku from Dragon Ball Super, being immortal, uses Super Saiyan Blue, which is a fake version of what a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan should really be. So, Dragon Ball Hakai's Goku has this thing called Super Saiyan Rose, which is basically what a real god turns into when they use Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Basically, Super Saiyan Blue is more or less a knockoff. while Super Saiyan Rose is the real deal. But the main difference isn't really the transformation itself. It's more about how much they can power up that transformation. Dragon Ball Super's Goku can multiply the power of Super Saiyan Blue up to a max of 20 times. Meanwhile, Dragon Ball Hakai's Goku can power up Super Saiyan Rose up to 50 times. That's way more than double, right guys? So when it comes to Super Saiyan God, Destruction God Goku definitely takes the cake. So, about Ultra Instinct, I think both of their complete Ultra Instincts have a similar power level. Goku's Divine Body and Dragon Ball Hakai might give him an edge when it comes to handling Ultra Instinct's power and energy consumption. But since they didn't mention any limitations like that in the Granola arc, I'm gonna say that Goku from Dragon Ball Super can use this form without any issues, even though he's immortal. Goku's max power in Dragon Ball Super now is the true Ultra Instinct, which is a version where he doesn't keep his mind calm anymore. So it's a more aggressive Ultra Instinct. But in Dragon Ball Hakai, Goku has a form where he combines the full power of Ultra Instinct with the power of a god of destruction. And in this form, he keeps Ultra Instinct's defensive traits while greatly boosting his destructive power, making him more aggressive as well. Between the two, I would definitely bet on Goku's god of destruction form, since the offensive power he gets is the very power of destruction, and nothing beats that in terms of offense. If true Ultra Instinct Goku were to face god of destruction Goku in this form, the Dragon Ball Hakai Goku would be able to maintain the defensive characteristics of complete Ultra Instinct better, so he could handle the aggressive attacks from Dragon Ball Super's Goku really well. Plus, Dragon Ball Hakai Goku would have an even stronger offense, as he'd blend the already heightened offensive nature of Ultra Instinct with the destructive power of Hakai. So God of Destruction Goku would likely have the upper hand in both defense and offense, and I won't even go into how much power God of Destruction Goku has when he taps into his destructive energy. So, in conclusion, without a doubt, the most powerful version of Goku is the one from Dragon Ball Hakai. That's all I wanted to say in today's video, guys. I hope you liked it and understood everything. But now I want to hear which version of Goku you think is coolest. Goku from Dragon Ball Super or Goku God of Destruction? Which one has the best skills? Comment below to let me know. And for those who commented at the start of the video, let me know if your opinion has changed based on what I've said here. If you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can reach 200,000 subscribers. Catch you next time. Out.